What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Minecraft survival video. Today for you we are going to be building a golden XP farm because I want to be able to enchant my gear, I want to be able to enchant my armor and my weapons and everything, but as of now I don't have a very efficient way to get XP other than like killing mobs or maybe going out and finding a dungeon. So if you guys do want to follow along, I will be putting the materials that you need on the screen as well as in the description below. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is build a 23x7 base, and then in the middle on both sides you're going to want to go ahead and extend it by 2 blocks. The next thing you're going to want to go ahead and do is put a couple of blocks in the center of the farm. This is where you're going to be standing while the farm is running, so you're going to be AFKing right here. Now once you've done all of that, let's go ahead and move on to the kill chambers. We're going to be building 2 of everything, so it's going to be 1 on this side and then 1 on this side as well. So the first 2 items that you're going to need are a couple of chests and then also a couple of hoppers. So we're going to put 2 double chests just like this, and then we're also going to run 2 hoppers into the top of those chests. Once you build this, you can go ahead and come around the back here, and we're going to build a 2x4 just behind these hoppers. So it's going to look something like this. And then once you do that, you can actually go ahead and wrap the rest of this around the hoppers. Alright, so once you have this platform built, this is what it should look like. After that, you're going to go ahead and grab some pistons, and we're going to be putting 1 on each side just like this. And then you can go ahead and fill in the rest of the sides with solid blocks. And then once you have all of the pistons placed, you can go ahead and put a dropper in each corner just like I did. And then we're going to go ahead and run an observer into each dropper just like so. And then after that, you can go ahead and fill in the rest of these spaces right here. And then finally, for the first kill chamber, we're going to go ahead and break this block right here, and then we're going to grab a staircase, we're going to put it in that spot, and then we're also going to waterlog it, and bam, there you go. That is our first kill chamber. So it should look something like this. And then once again, we are going to be building it on the other side as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and run through that again with you guys really quick. So once again, we're going to put 2 double chests here, and then we're going to do 2 hoppers on the top, and then we're going to come around back. We're going to do a 2x4, and then we're going to wrap that around, and then we're going to go ahead and grab our pistons. We're going to put 1 on each side, go ahead and fill these sides in, and then we're going to grab the rest of our droppers. We're going to put 1 in each corner, and then you're going to grab the rest of your observers and drive them into each dropper. Go ahead and fill in these spaces, and then once again, we're going to go ahead and delete this and put a staircase in its place. And then finally, we're going to go ahead and waterlog that staircase. So that is everything. Really quick, go ahead and grab a lever once you've built all of this and put it on the side here. And this is just to make sure that everything is working properly. So once you flick it down, it should do something like that. And then once you flick it up again, it should turn the kill chambers on. So if everything is spinning in a circle like this, then you did build it correctly. So when you turn this lever up, it is going to be turning the kill chambers on. Once we have the tridents in there, that is going to spin around and kill any mob that goes in. And then of course, all of the loot is going to drop into the hoppers, which is going to go down into these chests under here. And then all of the XP is going to come right to you when you're standing here. You might have to kind of press up against the wall a little bit to get some of the XP that's in the back, but other than that, you can pretty much just stay in one place. But those are the kill chambers. So with that being said, let's go ahead and move on to the water streams. All right, so you're going to go ahead and come to the first kill chamber right here. We're going to go on the back of it, and then you're actually going to line this up with these hoppers here, same with the other side. So we're going to go ahead and come to this observer here. We're going to place a block down on it, and then we're going to place 1 next to that, and then we're going to go ahead and place a wall next to that block. And then we're going to go ahead and come up 1 block, and then we're going to go out 7. So once you do that, you should have 1 space between this and the edge of the farm, and then you can actually go ahead and break the block that is above the wall right here. We are not going to need that. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side, so just make sure that you're lined up with the hoppers. We're going to put 2 blocks right here, and then we're going to go ahead and put a wall next to that. And then once again, we're going to come up 1 block, but this time instead of 7, we're going to move out by 6. And once again, you should have 1 space in between this and the edge of of the farm. Go ahead and break this block above the wall, and then we're going to go ahead and move on to the barrier for this. So you can use glass blocks for this part. It might look better. I'm just using solid blocks because that is all that I have. So you're going to go ahead and place 6 blocks just like this in the front of this kill chamber, and then we're going to go ahead and come to the middle of it. We're going to place a block right here, and then we're going to put 6 blocks directly in the middle of the kill chamber, and then you can go ahead and break that block right there. After that, we're going to go ahead and extend these 2 blocks by 6 on all 4 sides, and then once you do that, you can go ahead and put 2 blocks on either side of this wall, so you can kind of just like crouch right here and place it in between all of this. And then of course we are going to be doing that on both sides. And then once you do that, we're going to extend this top row here. So we're going to be wrapping this all the way around this foundation that we set, and then this is where we're going to be putting the water, which is going to flow directly into the kill chamber. So we're going to go ahead and do this on the other side as well. And then once you do that, you can go ahead and put a water source on the end of each side. Next, we're going to go ahead and grab our buttons and our coral fans. So we're going to be putting the buttons right here on the top center, and then right below that, we're going to be putting the coral fans on the sides of these blocks right here. So essentially, these buttons are going to prevent the water from going directly into the kill chamber, and then the coral fans are going to prevent mobs from getting stuck. Dude, how did you get up here? Oh, I have a staircase. That's how. You know what? This is actually the perfect example for the kill chamber. Nani? So to show how the kill chamber works, you're just gonna throw a trident in there, and then you're gonna go ahead and flick this lever, and he's just gonna go round and round and eventually die. And then you can go ahead and turn that off and collect all of your XP. But with that being said, that is the first water stream. So once again, we're gonna go ahead and do this on the other side. Make sure to line it up with these hoppers. And once again, these are gonna be the water streams. So all of these zombie piglin are gonna be spawning into this water stream, and then they're going to be flowing directly into the kill chamber and getting killed. Alright, so the next thing that we're going to be doing is building the nether portals. So go ahead and grab a locator map, and the way that we build this is going to depend on which way you built the farm. So the zombie pigmen can only spawn on the south and east side of the nether portal. So if you built it like I did, going left to right, we're going to go ahead and face south, and that means that all of these zombie pigmen are going to be spawning on the right side of my farm. So we're going to be putting the nether portal on this left side here, and then the same goes for the other side. Now if you guys do happen to build it on the wrong side, it's not a big deal. Just go ahead and break it and build it on the other side, and that should fix it. Alright, and then for the nether portal, it is going to be 21 blocks wide and then 21 blocks tall as well. So this water stream right here from this side all the way to that side, excluding these outer blocks here, should be 21 blocks, but go ahead and double check just in case. So once you have this built, it should be 21 blocks long. We're going to go ahead and put a block right here on the edge of it, and then we're going to put an obsidian on this side, and that is just going to be the start of the first wall. So go ahead and build this up by 21 blocks on each side, and then fill in the rest at the top. So if you do it correctly, it should look like this on the edges. There shouldn't be an overlap here. There should be a little bit of a space. If you want to fill it in, you can. I don't think it makes a difference, but if you want to save a couple pieces of obsidian, go ahead and leave that empty. And then once you're done, go ahead and jump right into the water stream, and then we are going to go ahead and do that on the other side as well. Alright, and then once you have the nether portals built, this is what it should be looking like. So once again, once the farm is on, all of these zombie pigmen should be spawning directly into each water stream. And actually, before we get into the redstone, I forgot to mention we do need to increase each wall right here by 1 block, and that is just going to be so these zombie pigmen don't escape. Oh, and then actually, before we get into the redstone, another thing that you need to do is actually go ahead and put a torch in the center right here, and then we're also going to be putting a torch on the very top of both nether portals, and then we're going to be putting another one on the inside right here. So this is actually going to be spawn proofing the entire farm. So the torches right here are going to prevent mobs from spawning on the top right here, and then the torches on the top of the portal obviously are going to prevent mobs from spawning on the top. Alright, and then moving on to the redstone. Before we get into that, make sure that you're always building it on the south or the west side. side, and then also make sure that you're building it in this inner portion right here, because once we build it, it's going to be lighting both portals, so it does need to be in between them. So if you build it on the outer side right there, do it on the inside instead. All right, and then the first thing that we're going to be doing is moving in by 3 blocks. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to put a block right here, a block on top, and then we can go ahead and break that one in the center, and then we're going to go ahead and put one off to the side in the center, and then we're going to be putting one off to the side on the top as well. So it should look like an X almost, minus this block right here. Once you have this design built, go ahead and grab your redstone materials. So we are going to be putting a piece of redstone right here on this block, and then a redstone torch on the side of this center block, and then also a repeater on the top of the center block as well. And then the repeater is going to be on 2 ticks, so it should be like this. Once you do that, go ahead and put a solid block in the middle right here, right next to the redstone dust, and then go ahead and put a block under this center one right here, break that block, and then we are going to be putting a redstone torch in the center of all of that, come down to the bottom of the farm, and then we're going to extend this bit right here by 4 blocks, and then we're going to space it out by 2, and then we are going to be putting a redstone torch into each of those spaces. And then once you do that, go ahead and put a lever on the side of this bottom block right here. This is just going to be so we can turn the farm on and off from the ground here. So when your lever is flicked down, that means the farm is going to be active and the zombie piglins should be spawning. And then obviously when the lever is flicked up, the farm is going to be off and none of the zombie piglin will be spawning. Once you have that redstone bit complete, go ahead and grab the rest of your dispensers and your observer. We're going to go ahead and put a dispenser on the side of this block right here, and then we're going to run an observer directly into it from the top, and then we're going to put another dispenser on the top of that observer. Once you do that, go ahead and put a solid block in the center here, and then a redstone dust on top of that, and then we're going to be placing the final dispensers, one on the side right here, and then one on the side of that redstone. So really quick for the dispensers, the bottom ones is where you're going to be putting the powdered snow, and then the top ones is going to be for the flint and steel. However, when the original creator of the farm did it, they did it vice versa, so they put the flint and steel in the bottom ones and then the snow in the top ones. Now for some reason, whenever I do it like that, the farm breaks on me after like 30 seconds of using it, so I've messed around with it a little bit and found out that if I do it like this, it doesn't break on me. So if you want, you can go ahead and mess around with that a little bit, see what works for you. And then the other thing is you might have to mess with the repeater a little bit and the timing for it and see kind of what works as well. So far with the repeater, I haven't had any problems. The only thing was the dispenser thing. So yeah, just make sure that you mess around with that a little bit and figure out what works best for you. But with that being said, that is everything for the redstone. Now let's go ahead and put in the powdered snow and the flint and steel, and we can see how this farm works. So you're going to go ahead and put one powdered snow in the bottom dispenser right here, and then we're going to come on the other side and put another powdered snow in that bottom one, and then the top ones are going to be filled with your flint and steel. Now the other thing for the flint and steel is that it is going to be using it very fast. So if you want, you can put a little like hopper storage system that runs into the top dispensers right there. That way you don't have to refill it as often. I'm not going to be doing it because I don't plan on using this farm too much, but if you guys are planning on getting to like 1,000 levels or something, or 900 levels or whatever, definitely go ahead and put a storage system right there and put a ton of flint and steel in it. That way you don't have to refill it as often. And then also, if you have any powdered snow that gets stuck outside of this dispenser right here and it breaks the farm, go ahead and double flick this lever really fast and it should fix it. But with that being said, you can go ahead and throw your tridents into the trident killers. And with that being said, your farm is ready. So let's go ahead and test this out. Let me just jump down here, break my legs a little bit. And then once again, once the lever is flicked downwards, it should be working. So once you have everything built, this is what the farm should look like. So essentially what is happening is when the portal gets relit, every time that it breaks, it has a small chance of spawning a few zombie pigmen, and then obviously these zombie pigmen spawn in the water stream and they go directly into the kill chamber. And then really quick, actually one final thing, I went ahead and turned the farm off because I want to explain this really quick. So when the farm is active and the trident killers are on, sometimes the zombie pigmen can glitch out of it, so be careful about that. One thing you can do is just go ahead and put a few blocks right here, just kind of reinforcing everything, and you can just do that to the sides right here, the left and right side, and then also the back of it. Alright, and that is officially everything. So one thing that I would do actually is go ahead and grab a couple of blocks. And then if you're gonna AFK and it does turn to nighttime, I would have a couple of blocks right here that are kind of preventing mobs from getting in and killing you. And I also think this might help with zombie pigmen glitching in and killing you as well. So I'm just gonna block myself in like this and turn on the farm and everything. And I'm gonna AFK for like 10 or 15 minutes and see how many levels we get. Alright, so it's actually only been about 4 or 5 minutes and I ran out of flint and steel already. So like I said, it does eat through it pretty fast, but I'm at level 2 right now. After 5 minutes, let's go ahead and see how much XP I get. I actually went ahead and moved up here so I could show you all of the XP at once. So we're gonna drop down here and oh my god. Okay, I actually wasn't expecting it to work that good. We got 30 levels in 5 minutes. We got 30 levels in 5 minutes. That is crazy. So yeah, this farm is unbelievably efficient. It is very easy to build. It doesn't require that many expensive resources either. Okay, one thing that I accidentally did is I put a block above each of these double chests right here so they weren't able to open. But if you just delete the block next to each hopper like I did right here, then the chest should be able to open. And then obviously you do get a ton of gold from this as well. So one thing you can't do obviously is turn all of the nuggets into golden ingots, and then I'm pretty sure you can also smelt all of the golden swords into either golden ingots or golden nuggets as well. But that is going to be everything for this farm. So once again, it is very efficient and it's not super expensive. I think the worst part about this is getting all of the obsidian. That definitely is going to take a long time, and obviously you do get a ton of gold from it as well. So yeah, this is probably by far the best XP farm I've ever seen, at least for Bedrock edition. Now if you guys do have any questions or you were a little bit confused, feel free to ask me down in the comments, or if you want, I will be linking the original video down in the description as well. But with that being said, I think that is just about everything for today. So I hope this farm helped you. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did and you want to see more content like this, do make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new, and I will catch you in the next one.